What is going on? We are live here. And as you see, we got a little slideshow on the screen. And while the slideshow is playing, we're gonna just run through some news. So now I got the visuals and the smooth sounds of my voice. It's week 3. Week 3 just finished, so we're on to week 4 now. But yeah, pretty eventful. I was planning to go through and show some of the teams that I'm playing with and let you see just how things are going. We'll save that for another video. But right now it's looking good. All my money teams are in the money. We got winning records in every league that I'm in, every money league. We have a winning record right now. But yeah, this is like a turbulent part of the season. It's the time when a guy can put up 40 one week and then 2 the next week in fantasy. And it leaves you to wonder, is he really good or is he not? Or are the coaches really using him? Are they not? And yeah, it's a little tricky how to play these guys to start out. Sometimes you just want to trust in your players, but other times it becomes a challenge and you want to just jump ship. And so that's the balance to realize, okay, now I am going to jump ship versus actually I'm going to stick it out with this player. So we're going to run through the news and I'm going to share my thoughts on what's come out. So today for me is the 23rd. I have to start saying that because by the time this video gets out, it could be a day later, 2 days later. So it's Tuesday. Waivers process tomorrow. And a lot of this is subject to change. But right now as we speak, the top headlines, Jackson Dart is going to be the starting quarterback week 4 against the Chargers. Now that's a tough game for your first game, Jackson Dart. And it's also, to me, very quick on the trigger by Brian Daboll. And honestly, I was surprised that Brian Daboll and that general manager kept their jobs after they lost Saquon. They stuck with Daniel Jones, and they still had a losing record. I was surprised that they still had their jobs. And they come back this year. They got a better team. They have great quarterbacks. So it's not the team anymore. Before you could say, our quarterback getting hurt or not running the team well enough. But now they got new quarterbacks. They have good running backs. Yeah, they have decent players. I don't know, they could have better offensive linemen, but they have good defense. They brought in a Debo. They have good linebackers. And yeah, they got even that D-line. You got the first rounder. They have Thibodeau. So I think he was an early draft pick. And Dexter Lawrence. They have players all through the defense. They have players to the offense. And now they're starting 0-3 this season. I don't think it's because of the quarterback. So this 0-3 start, it could be the team meshing and trying to gel. It could be they seem like they weren't really threatening to win Sunday Night Football against the Chiefs this past week. So it doesn't seem like they're a threatening team, but They did threaten to beat the Cowboys in week 2. They were pressuring there, so it seemed okay. Something came together, something clicked with them. And that was only a couple games ago. For them to have a great game, Russell Wilson was the one leading the team. And now, 2 weeks later, team's 0-3. It's still early in the season. But this is the head coach's decision. This is the general manager's decision. And to be honest, I feel like if they're not in hot water right now, they definitely should be. Though that coaching staff, all those people in that front office, I feel like it's not the team. So they're starting Jackson Dart. I don't see that being a wise move from a coaching standpoint, just based on the vets that you have there. And so this just sends a different message to the team. They are grasping at straws. Sure, Jackson Dart could come out and do wildly better than I imagine. So I guess we'll see. But I don't have high hopes for this team until Brian Daboll loses his job. Or Jackson Dart would have to come out and basically be a superstar. Next, we have Mike Evans. He had a hamstring injury. He's going to be out a couple weeks. Tyrone Tracy, he had a shoulder injury. He's going to be out a couple weeks. Shout out Reeling the Knights, Cam Scatterbo. Going to get the crack at starting job. Yeah, so definitely cheering for him. And he has a big hype train behind him. So, Scatterbo will have 1 or 2 good games, then, Tracy could be the backup after this. Let's see. IR is a possibility for Lamb. High ankle sprain. Yeah, that doesn't sound far-fetched. High ankle sprain. Oh, they had someone else get hurt too. Their rookie guard, first-round pick, got hurt. It's going to be out 4 to 6 weeks. Okay. So that's not great for the offense, but they do have George Pickens. And, yeah, this is good for Turpin. If you're on a league that rewards return yards, having Turpin is going to be huge now, because Turpin's going to get a lot of snaps on offense with the first team, and he's going to be returning punts and kicks. Yeah, this is next month or so of playing Turpin is going to be great. James Conner, big injury, ankle injury. So he's going on IR. Yeah, whenever Conner's healthy, he's usually a top 15 running back. So he came out this season doing well. And yeah, he's now out. No timetable for his return. So in the meantime, which is all year, there's going to be Trey Benson as a starter. That was lackluster, 2 years ago? But yeah, we'll see what happens. If they bring someone else in, keep an eye on that person. Because I don't know who they'll play after Trey Benson. They have Amari DeMarcado, but he doesn't look like he's ready. All right. McLaurin is actually hurt. Not just kind of. I thought they were taking him out as precaution, just because to say, oh, the team we've won. They had him out, but they took out all the starters pretty much at that point. But yeah, I thought this was just them being coy, because he didn't look like he hurt anything. Okay. They say he went into... he exited the contest in the second half, going down at the 1. He didn't come back in, but yeah, none of their guys came back in after that. All right, it looks like this is a thing. McLaurin has a quad injury. JJ McCarthy, ankle's been ruled out for week 4. Wentz, his game allowed them not to have to rush him back. I have to watch the game because I don't know how this affects Vikings pass catchers. Juwan Jennings, he's day to day. Yeah, some kind of injury in the game. On week 3, I didn't catch what it was either, but definitely monitoring him. Mac Jones had a knee injury, and he's day to day. So that's the quarterback for the Niners. Okay. Brock Purdy will practice this week. That's great. That's great news for the Niners. Brock Purdy he hasn't missed that much time. And so he's practicing. See how quickly he can get up to speed, get a full practice in. But he may play. Jordan Addison, he's been added to the active roster, misses 3 games. Younghoe Koo signed to the Giants practice squad. Wow. Younghoe Koo, he's no longer a Falcon. That happened quickly. It started off, he was practice squad. They were bringing a guy in to compete, and then the next thing you know, Younghoe Koo's on another team. Charbonnet, he had an injury, foot injury, and all of a sudden he's healthy. But I think they play on Thursday night, so it could have been, they play on Thursday night. So Charbonnet could not really be that hurt, but maybe they just wanted him to be healthy. So I would keep an eye on Charbonnet having a full practice on Monday when their game is on Thursday, and he was just hurt. I don't think I've seen that before, where a guy sits out on a Sunday game, has an injury that causes him to miss the game, and then a day later he has a full practice and he's healthy. Yeah, there's something not right. But Charbonnet, I could see him being the guy that they want to give the ball to a lot and kind of rest Walker. Mark Andrews reemerges. Yeah, I dropped Mark Andrews on a couple of my teams before this game, but in the back of my mind, I knew, he does still have games like this. 2 touchdowns, 90 yards receiving. Yeah, just got to hold. Sometimes when it comes to tight ends, just have to hold them. Baltimore, they had a tough time. David Montgomery, 12 carries, 150 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jarvis Brownlee, he was traded from Tennessee to the Jets. Man, that's an interesting one. The Jets. Never mind. I read another article before this that said he was traded to the Gang Green, which when I read that, I thought that meant Green Bay, because they're green and they have green in their name, Gang Green Bay. But no, it's Jets. Okay, Gang Green. It's the Jets. All right, the Jets, they already have Sauce Gardner, and I wouldn't sleep on that defense. They had another good one. Derrick Henry fumbled again. Yeah, he's a weapon. So even though he's fumbling, I imagine the team's gonna ride with him. And I don't know. Maybe they put in Lamar Jackson's hands a couple more times, but Derrick Henry's getting his touches. C.J. Gardner-Johnson, surprise news of the day. He was released from the team. All right, have nothing about C.J. Gardner-Johnson. I feel like he should end up with another team, but at the same time, he's not. This isn't the first team that's had not a good time with him. Quincy Williams placed on IR with a shoulder injury. Okay, that's a wrap. Yeah, you see I'm drifting here, so let me just wrap this up. Just keep in mind, it doesn't matter if your team is struggling, it's the early part of the season, playoffs are always within reach. This isn't like the NFL where you start 1-3 and then it's, oh man, only one out of 750 teams have made the playoffs when they start 1-3. No, this is fantasy football. You go on a streak, doesn't matter where you start your streak, you could win out. So playoffs are always within reach, and you only play against one opponent. Every week, you only play against one person. So that's the only team you got to beat is that one. This is Julian here, Julian the Guide, signing off.